Hello, and welcome back. Uh, so, between last episode and this episode, I went ahead, I got most of everything from Sunshine Tidings, and I brought it back here. I also got some of the more valuable things from Sanctuary, and brought them here. So, we should have a bit more stuff to work with here back at Red Rocket. As you can also see, I have gone ahead and just touched up the old garage here and made it look a lot nicer. So what's on the agenda for today? Like I said in the end of the last episode, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and kit up a little bit more, see what we can't upgrade on our weapons here. Like for instance, I'm considering getting the sawn off here just to reduce the weight of this shotgun. Because I noticed that when I was hauling all the items back, that I really don't have a lot of inventory space to work with. And I'm probably not going to install one of the backpack mods to help counteract that. I like that as a bit of a challenge here in the early game. So I'm going to go for the sawed off here, and that should allow me to haul a little bit more things back to base when I'm out scavenging and such. I also wanted to grab Armor Smith because I have a mod. Now, as you can see here, I don't have enough strength for Armorer yet, unfortunately. So I'm gonna try and start specking towards that. When I left off last episode, I had 2 perk points to spend. Spent one of them on Locksmith, so I could unlock a safe I saw whilst I was out between episodes. But the next thing I'm gonna grab is probably Armorer, then Chemist. I don't think I mentioned this last episode, but the reason why I want Chemist is because I need a solid source of where is it? A solid source of antibiotics early on, as that will save me not just a lot of time, but also a lot of headaches, because I will probably get sick a lot, because it's a survival mode, and just having that early source of antibiotics nailed quickly will be a godsend, I think. I also want to head up to, what's it called? The scrapyard. That's just, I think it is west of Sanctuary, as one of the mods that I have introduces a motorcycle, hilariously enough, up there, and I think that would be a very good utility for us right now, seeing as we're playing in survival mode. We want to have access to fast travel, so having that mode of fast travel is going to be very useful for us. There's also a lot of loot up there that I want to get my hands on, so I think that's the main agenda here for today. I also see now that we can pick up Pocketed for the Drifter outfit, which I'm definitely going to grab, just for that little bit extra carry capacity. I also realized just now that I forgot to set up a timer, because I am a professional YouTuber. Right, so without further ado, I think we should head out. Well, bring along a little bit more food, I think. I also hunted some rad stags on the way back, so that would be useful. That extra carry capacity could allow us to haul back a lot more things. Anyways, no further ado, this is where we're aiming to go. Up here. This is where the scrapyard is. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but we'll know it when we see it. Might also stop by the fleet lockup, if I have enough time this episode. Anyways, let's head out, and I'll probably cut to when something interesting happens. Now here's the thing. For those that don't know, right outside of Sanctuary you can get some very good early caps. If you open up the circuit breaker and close off the pump, and you follow the pipe up, you'll find this little water tank, I assume it is. And if I were to leave that pump on, this hatch would be locked. However, since I turned it off, I can open it and see there are some caps here. Raider camp. So let's deal with these. There you are. And that's them dealt with. I'm also, whilst I'm down here, gonna go ahead and grab some of these glowing mushrooms, because they'll be useful once, again, I start getting into chemistry. Those are Mirelurks. Easy, easy. I think this will make for a very nice omelette when I get back home. Robotics disposal ground, that's what it's called. You can recognize it because there is a sentry bot right here. Aha! This is what we were looking for. Ooh. Detailing how he planned to improve the fuel efficiency on the motorcycle. Can now create this upgrade at the motorcycle workbench for 5 oil, 2 circuitry, and 3 cloth. Very interesting. Also a cup holder. Some blueprints detailing how he planned to add a cup holder to the motorcycle. Can now craft the upgrade. To craft it, you need 1 tin can, a piece of steel, and a makeshift battery. Why do you need a makeshift battery to make a cup holder? For suspension, this is so you can ride it whilst wearing power armor. Ooh, and the portable campsite. I'm not entirely sure what that does. That didn't really say too much on the forums. So essentially what happened here is that, and I'll bring up the messages in case there's people that want to pause and read this, but in essence what happened here is that these two were running a bit of a scrapyard, and someone dropped off a sentry bot for whatever reason, and they got a holotape, which allowed them to turn it on and off. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on that holotape, and then we're gonna self-destruct it, because that is a thing you can do, so you don't even have to fight it. So we'll see. Activate it. Yes. And now, you can see that the sentry bot is online. I'm not gonna fight him because he's friendly towards us right now. But if we go back, should be able to play the tape. Initiate self-destruct. Yep, and now he's self-destructed. There we go. We also got a bunch of mole rats that decided that they wanted to be invited. Except I did not invite them. So kindly stop. Thank you. What did you have? More fusion cores, which is always nice, and a lot of high-value scrap. Let's look at this thing. Examine. Someone has been trying to repair this old motorcycle, and he or she got it close to working. Being almost the same age as the motorcycle, you recognize the problem and need to know how to fix it. You lack the required components. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, and I'm gonna try and bring those components here. I'll see you when I have the components. And we're back. So as you can see here, I got everything we need to get this thing up and running again. So let's see. Repair. Ooh. Alright. Motorcycle is now here. Ooh. Ah, so it's got a bit of storage, so yeah, we can store... I think it's oil you store in there. Inspect the engine. It's fine, no repairs needed. Tires are fine. Alright. What can we put on this thing? Change fuel type. I have to look up off-screen what all of these mean, probably. But I assume that maybe you can make this thing run on fusion cores, which would be interesting. Or maybe it's nuclear material. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I'll have to look that up off-screen. So let's test this thing out, I guess. Settlements. Ah. So I gotta discover places first before I can travel to them with a motorcycle. That makes sense. Let's test it out by going there. And we get put here. Huh, this is actually a really good parking spot. So it's right outside of, so we'll have to remember that the motorcycle's here by default. Now I do kind of wish I could have set my own spot so that I could like put it so it parks like right here or something. But that's fine, that's not too far away. Now then, let's see. I want to check out Wicked Shipping. That's a place I want to check out. I could also check out some stuff around Sunshine Tidings. So now I have a very easy means of getting there. But I think we'll leave the motorcycle for now. Now I have it up and running. We know that it works. So I think we'll leave it there for now. And we'll strike out on our own, just on foot for a little bit. Maybe I should grab a new skill. I think I'm gonna grab Scrounger. Mostly because I saw those and stuff that needed Scrounger to be able to craft it, but also because I don't know, finding more ammo is never a bad thing, especially this early on, where I'm running decently low in ammo pretty much constantly. So having that little bit of extra ammo to work with is definitely gonna help. Anyways, we're gonna head out there. Oh. We have a cabin right here. A ranger cabin. Eee. Die. I do not like bugs. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't like bugs. A hot plate? Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh, that's actually really nice. That's real nice to have, actually. This is our destination. Let's see here, make sure that everything's loaded. Let's head in. I assumed so. That's him gone. Yeah, projector on. Undo someone.
Got it.
Ah, perfect.
Powering up. Protectron on duty.
Alright. There we go. That's him dealt with. Let's go ahead, get inside. Oh, okay. Guess we're just gonna ram the door open. Got another ghoul. Let's see, there he is. Ghoul down. Alright, good. Good that dog meat discovered him first. And pulled him down like that. What do you guys think? Should I, maybe spec really big into dog meat? Because I know there's one of the perks that makes them better with VATs, since I'm doing a VATs build. I also got the mod that lets me have dog meat along with any of the follower. So I don't know, maybe specking into dog meat wouldn't be such a bad idea. More cans. Always like finding cans, because you usually find a lot of them in the same place, and they're worth a lot of steel and aluminium. I think they're like 2 each, which is ridiculously good. Ooh, how do I get to that? Maybe with a bit of hardcore parkour? There we go. Look at that. I'm a jumping master. And let's check out this last room here, and then we'll head back. And maybe... Ooh. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. Critical hits with... That's nice. Another Grognak. Ooh, we got dogs on our hands. Easy. I'm starting to think that, because I haven't changed my gun too much from last episode, so I could probably taken out those those wild mongrels that killed me earlier. But if I just played it differently, but gives you something to think about, doesn't it? Anyways, that was a successful little trip. Maybe we should do some work back here for a little bit. So what we could do is we could go ahead and check out some of these things before we leave. And also, if anyone knows how to get rid of corpses, please do tell me, 'cause I don't want these rat corpses out here forever. And, I do gotta say, the modeling work on all of this is very nice. So, kudos to the, artist behind this, or this stuff. Right, so I can make gunpowder and stuff. Let's try and craft something here. So if I craft large pistol primer, I get 30 of them. Now what do I do with those? They just add to my overall ammo? No, they don't, because they're junk. So how do I actually make them into bullets? Maybe I'm just not high enough level to actually start producing my own ammo. I want something like this. So with that there, I want to hop into resources, I want to pop into water, I want to grab one of these. One of the powered pumps. So what's that's gonna do? And I don't have enough power being produced by this thing. Ah, that's typical, isn't it? That could look neato. Perfect. Connect that, like so. That, like so. That's gonna get us a bit more water to work with, and one thing that's gonna give us is a bit of passive purified water production. So occasionally when I need water, I'll just look into aid, and I should have popping up every once in a while some purified water, like this. That's from our small water pump that somehow magically produces purified water on its own. Not entirely sure how that works, but you know what? I'm not gonna complain. Tell you what, here's a thing that I could do, real quick, before I leave, is I could start setting up a farm. Because that's something that I'm gonna need eventually. What better place to put that than right next to the water pump? I don't think crops grow on their own. I think they need someone to tend to them, and I don't have that someone just yet. Just a basic little garden for us to start growing some crops in. Perfect. That's quaint. And we'll go ahead, we'll go into resources, food. And we don't have a lot of food to work with for now, so we'll get a thing of corn right there. Yeah. And we'll get some potatoes growing. So maybe we should do that. Before we end off for today, let's get a radio recruitment beacon up and running. And then we can hook that up into there. And we got a settlement recruitment beacon up and running. I know how to get them over here. I'll go into miscellaneous. Go ahead and get a bell. Oh, there's a few different variants of bell. I like this one. Oh, I found them.
I'm new around here.
I want to put you right to work in the farms. But, I suppose this is a good place to end the episode. So, what's on the agenda for next episode? We'll probably continue building out this place. We'll get some proper housing set up for everyone. And, we'll get proper defenses set up and probably a bit more food going. We'll see. I'll probably try and get access to some vendors so I can buy some, hopefully some razor grain and stuff like that, so we can start planting a lot of different crops. Because I eventually want to start getting vegetable starch being produced. That would be optimal. Just for a little bit more adhesive. Anyways, that being said, I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.